You, that's the center of east side. Yeah. I'll be honest. My adoration. Gentlemen, may I have your attention? Please rise. This may be coming a routine, but if you could just turn around and thank our sweet ladies, Ronnie. They certainly have been a gift from having me. So thank you all very much. Okay, with that, what we're going to do is open this meeting in the fourth section. I borrowed 5 minutes from the council, so we'll try to make it up as you will. So with that, a pledge allegiance to that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and Robert, would you lead us in prayer? Please. Our Father, who art in heaven, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Pray for us. Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, with that said, Keith, would you help me with that? All right, so we're going to go over the three symbols, emblems of the degree, the flag, the sword, and the cross. The first one will be our flag of our country. We love it, and we shall ever defend it. The next emblem of our degree, the sword. Let us keep it right for liberty's sake. And the third, but not last, the cross of Christ. It is the exponent of Christian ideals, the conqueror of death, the giver of life. Supreme reverence for this sacred symbol will crown our country, queen, in the sisterhood of nations. It is the bulwark of a national honor, the inspiration of patriotism, and the guardian of personal wealth, and for it was christened with the blood of self-sacrifice. Thank you, Keith. And I don't know how many of you have noticed if you remember, in 1954, that Knights of Columbus got one nation under God included in the Pledge of Allegiance. And so, of all places, Hobby Lobby had this, and I've been showcasing it every meeting that we have. But again, this is a wonderful reminder that our Knights of Columbus has done something that's going to stand the test of time. And so we'll showcase it for them. We have lots of individuals that are going to need prayers, and we'll remember them towards the end. But one of the ones most significant is Sir Bob Hackett, just a wonderful man. And so I'll talk more about him, but up there is his funeral mass, that'll be on the 18th. So more later. Okay, reading of last month's meeting, 7 August. Yes.
For the faithful navigator, I'd like to make a proposal that we dispense with the reading of the minutes and accept them as written and published.
Okay.
Thank you.
That second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So be it. Reading of bills, and the only bill that I got was a wonderful email from our Sir Knight, past everything but past district deputy, Steve Peterson. His significance and his words, which I don't recall in the email, but he's going to tell us right now, just synopsis. Was you have to remember his assembly won 1 year. They were state champion for color corps, and that took a lot of work. So him being here and giving input and assistance has been great. His objective eye, looking at our performance. Yes, you know, we got a ways to go, and you're going to get that with practice. But would you mind just relaying what you wrote in your email?
Worthy faithful navigator and my brothers. Yes, I had on 2 occasions, I was able to be a part of the color corps team. And I was really amazed of how well the team operated. And you always have something that's going to go on, that's going to change the flow of what we're going to do. But everybody adjusted accordingly, and it looked good. It looked good, and I was very proud to be a part of the team. So thank you, Lord, and faithful navigator.
Thank you.
And under Brother Joe's leadership, they just keep getting better and better.
It's the color corps members that make me look good. So thank you for that. All right, next on the agenda is faithful navigators report. Added to our new faithful purser, Dave Brooks, to our assembly's account, U.S. Bank. The ladies there were just absolutely wonderful. And coming right out of the chute, Brother David has shown that he can do the job. But there is a but. We had really good trustees that and faithful comptrollers that met with him and oriented him to the job. And so the teaching, training was there. And he really is a smart guy. Thank you for accepting. Yes, and we're going to hear more from him just shortly. On 1 September, I had the privilege of speaking on Salt and Light Radio, and it was to talk about patriotism for the 4th degree. And you know, it's quite a little stressful when you're sitting in the parking lot and you say, okay, God, let me remember everything I'm supposed to say and let it come out coherently. And so one of my Cardonianisms is that when you think no one is listening or seeing, yes, again, they're not only seeing and listening, but they're taking notes. And I was just surprised that in the gym, I had a non-Roman Catholic individual who stopped his car and was taking notes while I was speaking. And then he would come back the next day. Now you said this, you just never know when you're going to evangelize. And the hosts at Salt and Light Radio make it comfortable and make it like casual conversation. And so if ever you're offered an opportunity to present, to speak, really seize the opportunity. I mentioned during the talk briefly about the 13 folds of the flag. And this is just, well, maybe we'll have you come back in November. Well, Veterans Day is in November, so what a good time to talk about the 13 folds of the flag. Heads up, I had repeated problems logging on to cmgconnect.org. The staff here, Sandra, was really, really helpful. And I know I said it in the email I sent out with the minutes and the agenda, but truly, strap on your seatbelt. It is part 2. It's really tough to sit through, but you need to do it. You need to get the training done so that you are equipped with the observation skills necessary to keep our children and young adults safe. It was worthwhile doing the training, and just remember, we're less than 30 days for those that took the primary training last year to accomplish this refresher training. Again, if you have any problem, Sandra or Amy here in RE willing to help you. They take you over the phone and guide you. On the radar, last item, comment I have is the VA Hospital Women's Veterans Picnic for 20 October. It's still on. I coordinated with the rehab, recreational rehab staff, and everything is going to be provided. All we need is 10 individuals. And this is really, really important because the first time that the VA system has recognized the needs of the women and appointed a woman director for that job to make sure that our female veterans are getting care and services that they deserve. And the second most important point is that my wife is that person for here. We need to support that picnic on 20 October, or I might be coming to live with you. Okay. Next on the any questions with what I said? Yes.
Yeah, Peter, what is the time frame on that?
The time, so the time would be the 10 o'clock show. Picnic starts at 11. It ends at 1, and we'll do modest cleanup. And everybody that's left usually helps out, and so we should be out of there by 1:30 to the latest.
So, Joe, that's on a Friday?
Yes, we have 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, a report from our faithful controller.
Faithful navigator. I'm very pleased to report that the assembly has 141 members. That's the best state.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. We keep growing. And now a report from a faithful person.
Case navigator.
And by the way, I'm just a sponge. It's all the teachers who are the guys that make things happen. Right? Yeah. So, our starting bank balance for August 1st was $7,874.54. We had $470.29 in withdrawals, which included the checks for uniform rebates, the ice cream social, and purchasing of new bank checks. We had one deposit for $76, and that was from the sale of couple shirts. And then we have one outstanding item for $100 for one of the uniform rebate that hasn't got cleared the bank yet. And so that leaves us with reconciled ending bank balance at the end of the month of $7,380.25.
Thank you very much for that report. And now a report of the color court commander. Initial color court training was conducted on Saturday, 5 August, from 9 to 12, and it really went well. We had some experienced color court members in to help augment and do the training. Sometimes you have obstacles in your way. We weren't able to use the church because the doors were locked. One of those things I thought, or didn't remember, that's been unlocked. But you know, we used the gym and we simulated, and the training was really good. Good suggestions coming back and forth. And I still can't get over the return sword, where they're going to carry sword, turn, sword, and then one sound, one group, one sound. So thank you for that. It made us look really sharp, and we're really able to do it well. Part 2, training for the color corps to be arranged. I'm looking for in October, maybe the second week or so. One of the challenges that I have is you can never pick the right date, you can never pick the right time for everybody. But I've been thinking of the second Saturday in October, which may require a favor of maybe getting the facility open so that we can do our training. And what will be mentioned in the council is that we have nights 101 or 102 being done on the first Saturday. And that's what we can do earlier than that. We had 3 Sir Knight funerals in the last 3 weeks. And if it wasn't for the great Treasure Valley, and that's Columbus, color corps support, we wouldn't be able to get that done. Our brother Jerry Sullivan, he's a terrific numbers guy, and so he's developed a checklist so that when we do accounting of manpower hours, so 3 events, 40 volunteers. So at any one time, we had 40 manpowers available, which was over 200 hours of donated time that the color corps rendered in those 3 weeks. So I'm just proud of our group in the Treasure Valley. Everybody comes together. There is a funeral that is in for a Sir Knight and Caldwell on 11 September. And the significance of that is they have 1 or 2 only color corps members. But I will tell you that Sir Knight Jeff Allen has been to almost all of our functions over this side of the valley. What a dedicated guy. And so we're not going to let him down and be there for his church as well. I just want to let those that are interested, and we still have the loan sword and service bulger program supply available. They're still planning. I have about 7 swords and probably about 15 service Baldrick, so. We're always trying to recruit new members. And as of today, of the 5, we have 2 Color Corps members that met the initial requirement of 2 training sessions. And so they have been rebated the second $100 towards the purchase of their regalia. So good on them. And there's a little confusion, but and I'll end with this. So Sir Robert's funeral is at 10 o'clock with the rosary. Color Corps shows up 1 hour in advance. I'm here 2 hours before that. And so I get the lay of the land, casket, urn, what you need, what's going to be different. And then Color Corps members arrive an hour early. I give them the lay of the land, and then we practice. You get a good half-hour practice of what routines we're going to do, so that when we start to perform them, right, what would be close to 10 o'clock, we try to be as perfect as possible. So there's always just in time training, and so hopefully that is helping us get better each time. And that's the answer to your question. It was a good question. Thank you. Okay, next. A report of committees. A mission reading of applications tonight. Henson?
At this juncture, Faithful Navigator, I still do not have any submitted foreign boards.
Okay.
So I think at this point, if indeed the exemplification is going to occur on Veterans Day, probably need to start actively recruiting them. Phone calls of recently exemplified third-degree members.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, there's a little pushback about the 11th November, but the district master for that Western region, he says he's holding to having the exemplification on that date. So as far as I know, as of now, that is still a go, 11th September, at St. Paul's Catholic Church.
All right.
Yeah, right.
We'll push foreign boards with recently exemplified third-degree.
All right, thank you so much for your support. Okay, welfare committee, certain night, Joe James is not here. He's so good, he sent a message. I'll just read it. They just don't come as golden and great-hearted as that young man. I'm sorry I can't make the meeting today. My wife had a heart procedure and still groggy from anesthesia. Everything went well, thanks be to God. My welfare report sent Richard and Julie Jacobson a greeting card of our hope and love. I also sent a get well card to Ken Reef, who just had surgery and recovering, and a miss you card to our past faithful person, Paul Edwards, Viva Jesus, Joe James. And just for you all to know that our faithful captain is not here because him and his wife are seeing the oncologist to formulate chemotherapy and maybe radiation for stage 3 pancreatic cancer. It's always kind of touchy whether diagnosis could go out in an email. I just want to show you that I asked first and then share that information. Anyway, there's a little bit of a rough road for Miss Julie to travel, and we really need to continue to pray for her. And when chemo starts, it's a rough road ahead for her. And so we need to support not only her, also support Ed. It's quite evident that he loves and he's dedicated to his wife. That's the end of the welfare committee report. And then VA hospital,
Faithful Navigator. September 23rd is our next VA bingo game. And so, as always, we always need people to help out. If you'd like to help out, if you're for the first time, see me after, and I'll give you the specifics, and I'll get in touch with you, and we'll organize some ride share. August, we had to cancel because we didn't have enough support, but it's summer, so what are you gonna do? People are on vacation. Yeah, by the way, I'm gonna need $100 for the bingo game and the food that we provide for September. And the other thing that I have is, if you're a veteran, if you sign up as a veteran through the VA, they're giving free flu shots. This is from Boise VA main campus, October 2nd to 13th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The other thing is, if you're a motorcyclist, there's also a veterans ride, September 16th. Do you know about that, Joe?
no,
It's the Marnie Bernard Memorial Motorcycle Ride. And it's the Saturday, September 16th. We're gonna meet at High Desert Harley, 9 a.m. on the 16th. It's $20 for a single and 2 for $30. So you ride bikes. It's a good thing to take part in.
all right, thank you for that report. I have a repeat, which is the cmgconnect.org. And so I'll just one more time just say, we really need to do it for the safety of our children, young adults in the parish. And really equally important, if not more important, is for your well-being, that you recognize the situation and you don't get compromised and failing to report or do the appropriate measures to address it. Under new business, I have nothing current. So with that, report of the third degree. Very nice thing.
Faithful Navigator. All right, a couple things to cover tonight. We have an officer position nomination for Deputy Grand Knight. We're gonna talk a little bit about the barn restoration. Matt McGrath, Terry Cusick request for assistance in the pancake practice. Faithful Navigator.
All right, thank you for that. Okay. For the good of the order, I had where accommodations were not suitable to show the slides. If you Google the Knights of Columbus or history of Knights of Columbus, you'll get the slides that we show in Knights 101. Again, Knights 101 is that for a new knight, you are now a knight. So what? What now? And that chronologically goes through our history from way back when, from the start in 1882. The thing that is important about that is having that history behind. I've had one, if not two emails that saying, well, if someone asks me about what it is to be a knight, what do I say? And really, the history of the Knights of Columbus puts it point by point by point. And I will have to tell you, although I've taught that Knights 101 years ago and then recently, reviewing that almost slide presentation online really emphasizes, re-educates you about the journey that we have done. And that's what's so important about One Nation Under God. We've done so many great things through our history, who've been attacked as being, loyal to the Pope, President Ben, John F. Kennedy. And so it's a good review. So apologetics, someone looks at you and says, so what are the nights about? There's no hesitation. In a millisecond, you can present what our history is, what our good deeds are. And then just recently, we say Ukraine and Poland. I mean, this is a perfect example there. But you have to be well educated to be able to not only defend the Roman Catholic Church, but also defend why we are the strong right arm of the church. Okay, with that, I'm hoping at the next meeting I could go ahead and show that. Meantime, if you just Google history of the Knights of Columbus and just take the 10 minutes just to go through it, it really would be informative and you wouldn't be wasting your time. So what I'd like to do is go around the room. Is there any issue of concern that you'd like to bring up to this gathering at all? Okay, so we'll move on to, for the good of the order, who needs prayers? And so I'd like to start off with our Dick and Julie Jacobson. They need our prayers. And then secondly, the repose of Bob Hackett and helping the family, his wife Ann and family, making it through this period of sorrow. And we hope that, we can end up with a celebration for a gentleman that had a serious disability. He never, ever, ever stopped giving, from Special Olympic to being Color Corps. Just a wonderful example of what it is to be a knight. Okay, is there anything else out there? Yeah.
Pray for Brother Tony. He goes through dialysis 3 times a week, and that is exhausting. So prayers for Tony.
Right. Okay, anyone else?
What do you guys want to have either? Ron and Elaine Capco both have severe heart issues. And of course, he's a lifetime member as well.
Yes. And he started this council and then also the
Along with a lot of other things.
probably, oh yeah, he never, another one that never stopped giving. She had a procedure, I think.
He had cardiac arrest,
Just recently,
about 10 days ago.
or 10 years. They were doing diagnostics on her.
He's been bad.
Yeah. Both of them have severe cardiac. Okay, anyone else? Okay. Our next meeting will be on Monday, 2 October. We certainly appreciate you adjusting your calendar to be here today. And I mean, if you look around the room, this is summer. This is Labor Day. And we have such a large number, and I'm grateful for that you have taken the time. So with that, I'd like to ask for prayer. Stan O'Neill.
Glory be to the Father.
Spirit, at the beginning, is now, and shall be, without end.
Blessed Father Michael, forgive me.
Pray for us. Amen.
Okay, right now I declare the assembly duly closed until our next appointed meeting again That is to October. Hopefully in the diamond. So I tell you what. the message is. It's that. receiver.
When I tell you this whole thing, I like.
Yeah.
Rent that house, because right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna do.
Yeah, sign. Right.